Welcome back to another episode of SNEED-CAST Industry Update, our series that keeps you updated with our ever-changing industry. For those of you that have been watching the series for a while now, you know how this goes, but for those of you that are new, welcome. We'll be covering the latest in manufacturing, packaging, coding, sustainability, and much more. I'm your host, Alexa, and today we'll be discussing topics ranging from the Supreme Court overturning the Chevron decision, to Walmart making the push into the premium store brand market, to allergy claims landing Bimbo Bakeries in hot water, and finally the world's first carbon tax on livestock. So, starting off, the Supreme Court overturned the 1984 Chevron decision, a pivotal ruling that made it easier for the federal government to regulate various sectors including the environment, public health, workplace safety, and consumer protections. This decision represents a significant victory for business interests and conservative advocates who have long sought to curtail the power of federal regulatory agencies. The court's 6 conservative justices voted to overturn the 40-year-old Chevron decision, while the 3 liberal justices dissented. Chief Justice John Roberts emphasized that courts must independently determine whether an agency has acted within its statutory authority rather than deferring to the agency's expertise. The original Chevron ruling, decided in 1984 by a 6-0 vote, mandated judicial deference to federal agencies in instances where laws were ambiguous. Opponents of the Chevron decision argued it gave undue power to federal agencies, with judges applying the decision too frequently to validate government actions. The Biden administration, among other proponents, warned that overturning Chevron would create a convulsion shock to the legal system. The ruling has elicited concern from a diverse group of environmental, health advocacy groups, civil rights organizations, and labor unions who argue that it undermines regulations that protect public welfare. The decision was lauded by various businesses and conservative groups who supported the Atlantic-carrying fishermen's appeal, arguing that it reins back on excessive regulatory overreach. According to Sambhav Sankar from Earth Justice, the decision significantly shifts power away from elected branches of government, potentially weakening protections for the public and enabling corporations to more effectively challenge regulations. Billions of dollars could be at stake as this ruling opens the door to numerous challenges against existing federal regulations in areas like environmental protection and public health. Moving on, retail giant Walmart is making a significant push into the premium store brand market with its new Better Goods label. This comes as part of a broader strategy to cater to both the cost-conscious and health-focused demographics amidst ongoing inflationary pressures. Historically known for its value offerings, Walmart aims to redefine its brand image by venturing into high-quality, sustainable product lines. Private label products have seen deeper market penetration, mainly due to consumers looking for better value amidst rising costs. According to the Private Label Manufacturers Association's 2024 report, the store brands industry hit an all-time high with $236.3 billion in sales in 2023, marking a 4.7% increase from 2022. Aldi's acquisition of SEG, bolstering its store count to 2,800, has primed the market for increased private label acceptance. Leading brands like Aldi, Lidl, and Trader Joe's have pushed the boundaries of private labels, making them more than just cost-effective alternatives. Convincing consumers of the quality and value of Walmart's new premium store brand remains a significant challenge. As mentioned, Walmart is traditionally known as a price player, and breaking into the premium segment will require robust branding and consumer education strategies. Walmart must navigate a highly competitive landscape, not only vying against Aldi and Trader Joe's, but also attempting to capture market share from Target and even Whole Foods. John Clear of Alvarez & Marsal suggests that leveraging unique flavors while maintaining competitive pricing could be a winning strategy. Walmart's focus on premium private labels could diversify its consumer base, attracting younger, health-conscious consumers while increasing the basket size of its existing clientele. The move is expected to prompt major consumer packaged goods, also known as CPG companies, to innovate and adjust their market strategies. Despite private labels comprising only a fifth of the market, their growth potential remains significant, indicating a shift in consumer purchasing habits. The success of Walmart's Better Good initiative could redefine retail strategies, emphasizing the importance of balancing cost-effectiveness with quality and sustainability. Moving on, Bimbo Bakeries USA, a prominent player in the American commercial baking industry, has come under scrutiny for misbranding its products with misleading allergen labels. The situation has prompted intervention from the FDA, which has raised concerns about the accuracy and integrity of allergen information provided to its consumers. Recent inspections at Bimbo's Phoenix, Arizona and Topeka, Kansas plants revealed that products were labeled as containing allergens such as sesame or tree nuts, even when these ingredients were not present. According to FDA regulations, such practices result in the products being classified as misbranded. The FDA issued a warning letter to Bimbo Bakeries emphasizing that food labels must be truthful and not misleading. Furthermore, confusion surrounding allergen regulations has been exacerbated by the inclusion of sesame as a major allergen in 2022. This change has led some companies to unnecessarily label their products as containing sesame to sidestep potential liabilities and cross-contamination costs. The primary challenge highlighted by the FDA is the inadequacy of may contain statements as a substitute for thorough cross-contamination prevention in manufacturing facilities. Sung Poblete, CEO of Food Allergy Research and Education, also known as FAIR, pointed out that misleading labels do a disservice to the estimated 33 million Americans with food allergies who rely on accurate labeling for safety. To address these issues, FDA officials demanded that Bimbo Bakeries implement corrective measures by July 8th. The company has stated that it takes its role in protecting consumers with allergen sensitives very seriously and is working collaboratively with the FDA to resolve these labeling inaccuracies. This development underscores the critical need for stringent labeling practices and robust cross-contamination controls in the food industry. By rectifying these labeling issues, Bimbo Bakery can rebuild consumer trust and enhance the safety of its products. This case also serves as a broader reminder to other food manufacturers about the importance of adhering to allergen labeling regulations to protect the health and safety of all consumers. And we've made it to our final story. Denmark is set to become the first country in the world to tax livestock farmers for the greenhouse gases emitted by their cows, sheep, and pigs starting in 2030. This groundbreaking measure targets one of the major sources of methane emissions, a potent greenhouse gas that significantly contributes to global warming. From 2030, Danish livestock farmers will face a tax of 300 kroner, or $43 per ton of carbon dioxide, increasing to 750 kroner, or $108 by 2035. After accounting for a 60% income tax deduction, the effective rate will start at 120 kroners, or $17.3, and rise to 300 kroner. According to the UN Environment Program, methane accounts for 32% of human-caused emissions. However, the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reports that it traps about 87 times more heat than carbon dioxide over a 20-year timescale. New Zealand previously passed similar legislation, but repealed it due to significant opposition from the farming sector and a shift in government policy. Denmark's decision flows extensive protests from European farmers against climate change regulations they claim threaten their livelihoods. The Danish government reached a tax deal in collaboration with farmers, industry representatives, unions, and environmental groups, signaling a historic compromise, according to Maria Rootmer-Gerding of the Danish Society for Nature Conservation. Taxation Minister Jeb Bruce highlighted the measure as a significant step toward reducing Danish greenhouse gas emissions by 70% from 1990 levels by 2030 and achieving climate neutrality by 2045. The tax is anticipated to drive the restructuring of Denmark's substantial dairy import-export industry, encouraging sustainable practices and innovation. Denmark hopes this pioneering move will inspire other nations to adopt similar measures, setting a global precedent for tackling agricultural emissions. This episode of SNEED-CAST Industry Update is proudly brought to you by the latest additions to our SNEED-JET Freedom series. Our SNEED-JET Freedom 40 series, including the 41, the 42, and 44, now allow you to achieve between 1 to 4 inch prints on multiple locations, all depending on the model that you select. All throughout July, we'll be offering 25% off our Freedom 41, 42, and 44 models. That's $1,000 off your ticket to freedom. So don't let this opportunity pass you by, and let us help you keep coding simple. Like always, stay tuned for our next episode of SNEED-CAST Industry Update, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below to stay up to date with all of our great content. Also, let us know what topics you'd like to see us discuss here on the show. We look forward to hearing from you all. Bye, everyone.